Hey guys, my name is the Model Collector, and today we're going to talk about doobie story time. Then talk about my favorite tractor. Before we get into that, I want to say this is my wee little Scooby. He's tired at the moment, but he's sleeping under the blanket. He's a bit cold. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, but so what? My little other dog is there. Sorry about the mess. I'm trying to clean, get it spotless. Um, and so let's get into the story. So, um, it was a year 1997. So it was the 23rd of October, 1997. I was born in a family of Mr. and Mrs. Crozier, and and I was born in Larne in Northern Ireland. And now at the time, I didn't know, but my father had a horse, two horses, and the two horses. One was born in 1996 and one was born in 1983. But the first horse, who was born in 1983, she passed away last year of cancer. But her son is still here, who was born in 1996. He is 1996 and I'm 23, so I would say maybe 25 years old. And so what happened was that I was young at the time, and we were living in Antiville and Larne, and we had I had seen a tractor, which people might know. I think it was a New Holland Ford at the time, 8340. I'm not sure, but this tractor was a big tractor at the time. It wasn't a bigger one like a TM or anything like that. It was mostly like it was a square box nose tractor with, I know it was New Holland, and it had I think a 14-ton dump trailer. And my dad bought me some some toys like tractors and all that, and that's how I got into farming. And as a person, we came from a time background, so we never had a farm. My grandfather never had a farm. My grandmother never had a farm. Their parents never had farms. We had horses, but that's it. So, what happened? What next is that we, as a family, moved to we moved out of Larne to Markham, where we met a landlord who had a farm to rent. We went up, and the rent was cheap. So we rented a farm, and we lived in this big massive house. I've got photographs. The house was amazing. I had 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2 living rooms, and 1 kitchen. And the sheds were there. You have the hay shed, you had the straw shed, you had the cattle shed. The cattle shed was so small that not even a bigger tractor to this day can get into it. It was meant to be for small tractors, small older tractors. So, the farmer who rented the cow shed, who rented from our landlord, who was a horse farmer at the time, he came down with a tractor. He had a no tractor, a no David Brown case, and a McCormick MTX one. I think it was a 150, and it was brand new at the time. And he brought down a muck spreader. He brought down a slurry tanker. He brought down a bale spike. The bales, and he brought down an older fashioned bale trailer. So, life was good. Life was fantastic. We were enjoying ourselves. We were having a ball. The landlord came down with his little Ford. I think it was a 7600, not sure. And he came down and he cut the grass, and then he tethered it with a hay bob, and the smell of the grass when I got up every single morning. And when I went out the house with the dogs, the smell of the grass, and the smell of the cow yard, and when the farmer had his cows in the barn. Oh man, it was fantastic. He always left his wee Davy Brown, or probably a Davy Brown 1390 with the forager, trailed forager, up there outside our horse stables. It was fantastic. An old small farm. It was fantastic. And the contractor came in with the big baler, and he was baling, and oh, the smell of it was absolutely fantastic. So later on down the line, we're living here now. We're living in Ballypollard, outside of Macklemore, so we're still living in the countryside. And we, beside our house, so beside, I think here, right over the other side, oh, probably can't see that, my phone's on charger, right over there is Alfie's field, which he's the farmer. I'm not gonna tell his second name, but you know, and every time he sees us, he gives us a wee wave, because he knows me and my dad. And any time if a sheep goes out or one of the cows go out of the fence, mostly a sheep, we always phone him up and say, "Hey, Alfie, you know, one of your sheep's out," and he always comes up and thanks us and all that, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I'm glad I'm still living in the countryside, because it feels more better than living in a town. And I don't know what else to say, but mostly when you live in the countryside, there's a lot of farms. So we're living mostly where there's farms closer than, you know, to my house. So Alfie now has a brand new tractor, and this is what I got onto the T7s, or the New Hollands. The Alfie has now got a T7. I don't know what the last numbers is, but I think it's a 225. I'm not sure. It's one of the brand newer models of the older cab, not the older cab, but it was one of the newer cabs. And that's how I got into New Hollands, and I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to move on and see what the future's got and hold. And that's how I got into collecting tractors. I got collecting the Holland tractors, Case tractors, McCormick's, Massey's, John Deere's. I'm mostly into older John Deere's and older McCormick tractors and the brand new T7s. The older New Hollands are good. So yeah, I love my 4 tractors, and in one of the videos I have seen, I've got a 70, I think it's a 6410 Ford. So yeah, I want to give a shout out to Modelfarmer 6710. I will probably leave his YouTube name down below, so I want you to go over and subscribe to him, and his TikTok is I will leave it down in the description down below. So I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.